Hast im Bett gelegt.
Du hast im Bett?
Gelegt.
Legen, liegen, wo ist der Unterschied?
Du legst Eier. Du liegst im Bett. Ich nehme an, du bist kein Vogel, oder?
Willst du jetzt die Geschichte hören oder nicht?
Die Sprache richtig zu können, ist wichtig.
Warum hackst du ständig auf jedermanns Grammatik rum?
Weil ich an die Erhaltung der Reinheit unserer
Believe in
wunderschönen
the purity of our beautiful language.
wir nicht der Barbarei verfallen.
Na, dann erzähl ich die Geschichte eben nicht.
Ich sag ja nur, wenn wir...
Ach, halt die Klappe. Hey.
Ow. Apply bullet directly to head. Throwing nerves. That's what I'm talking about.
This air reminds me of the bog by the Johnson's farm back home.
They have to be poisoned.
Plants and wet wood.
Seriously though, they have to be. Those knives, man. That wasn't even a fucking body shot. That was like arm. I got him in the arm, I think, and he just went down immediately. They have to have like some fast acting tenactin poison in there. What? Did this guy's head come off? What the fuck happened to this dude's head? I'm almost positive that his head did not blow off, and that something is just incredibly fucking screwy right here. Holy shit, someone just told me that the dude who corrected the other dude was a grammar Nazi. I can't believe I didn't make that connection until just now. Thank you for that. You just made me love this game so much more. Not like I needed to. But yeah, he's turtling. That guard is turtling. He's gonna be fine. He's just, you know, his head's in there a little bit. That was beautiful. I'm just glad I'm not the only one who missed that joke. There's a few people that missed it. Thank God. Alright, let's continue. Throwing knives have like a 45% chance of killing because the blunt end could... Oh! The blunt end could hit. I know we keep talking about the Hack Frauds review of Rogue One, but let's just say I talked about it in more detail earlier, but I don't think... I don't think I know what they want from Star Wars anymore. I'm not sure I understand, but I definitely agree that some of the characters, they were right about a number of things, but they were also, I think, being a little too hard on it. I guess the it was everything I ever wanted must have got Mike some pretty intense flashback. But I mean, then again, even Rich didn't like it. So yeah, it's weird. But I was going to talk about Calzone Andorian, who is an interesting character from the film that you may remember. I liked his gun. He had a cool gun. What else did I like about him? He was... He did some bad things. He killed a guy in the beginning of the movie. But it wasn't that stuff that I liked about Rogue One. It was the world. It was a Star Wars movie more about the world itself than it was about the characters, which, I get. That sucks. But I just enjoyed the world building, and I enjoyed the new things that were added. And I also enjoyed that it wasn't all about people with, like, superpowers. I mean, granted, that was a part of it, but... you know, not entirely. Oh shit, Ragdoll. Ragdoll! Ragdoll! You could say the same about the prequels. You could. I would say that the prequels have definitely, they expand the lore of Star Wars pretty obviously. But even those are kind of made in such a way that I feel like I'm just not into that kind of... I could say they were made poorly, but there's always going to be someone who defends the prequels as a fucking masterpiece, so I'm not going to say that they were made poorly, or that they weren't interesting to look at, or that reverse shot on a couch isn't a compelling way to make a film, and that Gungans are the least interesting race, or that Dexter Jettster's 50s Diner is probably one of the strangest and most, like, unnecessary additions to Star Wars lore. I'm not going to say all that. I'll just say that I think Rogue One was the best Star Wars prequel, because I am an asshole. And because I don't like change. That said, there are things about Lucas that I give him a lot of credit for doing a new story and for taking a chance and for building new things and not just going, look, we got stormtroopers again. Even though that we did kind of get stormtroopers-ish in, you know, the Clone Wars. I mean, we got a lot of elements that were shoehorned in just as much as Rogue One had shoehorned elements in the prequels. But, you know, it's appreciated that he tried something. He just didn't pull it off. I'd like to apologize to any non-Star Wars fans in the audience. I know there's plenty, but it's the hot topic, and I've loved Star Wars since I had the VHS movies. When my aunt bought me the 3-pack before the special editions, I think it was 1995. They've been a huge part of my life, those movies, and they kind of ignited my love of sci-fi, of movie making, of like adventure films. I mean, it really kind of shaped a lot of what I like today, so I talk about it. Then again, a movie just came out, so. But they are right, and in the sense that Red Letter Media was right, in the sense that I'm a little worried about the future direction, and that we are getting a new one every year. And I mentioned that during my main discussion about it. It could only, you know, it could get better, it could get worse. And one a year, you're asking for a lot. You gotta have some fucking good movies if you're gonna do one a year. Shut up, Wesley. What was my original reaction to the prequels when you first saw them? That's an interesting question. And the answer is... fuck you. No, I didn't love them. When episode 1 was in theaters, I was like 14 or 13, I think. And I remember I saw it once. Or maybe twice, actually. No, I actually don't remember. It wasn't a thing. Like, I bought the toys, I liked the lightsabers, I liked that it was Star Wars, I liked that there was a big battle, there were new ships. I like that in the video games I played, the Naboo Starfighter was now a thing. You know, it expanded the universe, and I liked that. But it was never a movie I kept going back to. And I didn't know why. I just thought maybe I'm too old for Star Wars. Maybe, I had a love-hate relationship. I kind of grew out of it. I thought maybe I was a baby bitch face with a poopy in my pants because I liked Star Wars. It wasn't until I saw Attack of the Clones that I realized I was really losing interest in this series. Whereas I'd seen episode 1 the day it came out. Attack of the Clones I saw a week later, and only once. And then Revenge of the Sith I saw like a week after that came out, and I wasn't hyped. I wasn't really excited. And I was a fair deal older in 2005, obviously. So, I guess by the time Revenge of the Sith came out, I realized that the movies weren't good. Or they weren't to my liking. And then people were shitting on them, and then, Jar Jar, and it was a sad state of affairs for Star Wars fans that wanted to be taken seriously, in my opinion. But I did like Revenge of the Sith, and I ended up... That's the only Star Wars prequel I own in any capacity. And I've seen that one a few more times than the other ones. And I thought that in various conversations, that one was like regarded as the best. And also, I remember thinking to myself, like 3 years after it came out, I was like, hey, that wasn't a terrible movie. And then I guess it kind of wasn't that great. But it was okay. It had some good moments. So that was my history with the prequels. I'd had the episode 1 toys by the time episode 2 came out. I stopped giving a fuck. I did buy some of the games. The Clone Wars game on GameCube was pretty good. Played that with my cousin. And yeah, by the time Revenge of the Sith came out, I was like, oh, fuck this, I'm out. Mild interest. The originals never got old though for me. I can still watch those, special edition or not, preferably not. Article.